show. We're on air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox. You're on the panel is my mucker Fox and the one and only JFK. Evening, gents.
Good evening, Ox here. Good evening, Fox.
Oh, you're sounding dapper, so what would you use? Dapper?
That's a lovely word. I am a dapper person indeed. How are you all tonight?
How you doing, Fox?
I'm fine.
Very quiet, Fox.
Good evening.
Good evening. How's the old winter experiment gone? Everything gone all right?
Who's typing?
I've stopped him. He'll get dropped if he's going to start that. How's the old winter experiment gone?
What, the big slipper and the onesie?
I don't think the big slipper's going to last, is it?
I'll move on to the giant mittens later on.
Do you like gloves, Fox?
No, not really.
No, some people do, some people don't. Are you back with us, JFK?
I know what it was. My thing maybe stuck on the button thing for my key. There you go. Couldn't get it off. There you go. That's me.
Get a hammer.
A hammer, aye. God, aye. So what is this? Is there a window? It's Ricky Fulton. That lobby.
Did somebody put that in the lobby, did they?
Aye.
I've seen that last night.
Dearie me.
Oh, Foxy boy.
Aye.
Who put it in? Oh, that old school boy. What a man he is. The man's a shocker.
The man's a shocker. It's a shocker.
What, he's a shocker? The man's a shocker. Telling you.
We discuss it a lot, but this international break, it rip your knitting, wouldn't it?
It's rubbish, mate. You know, I was sitting on my breakfast this morning, and I mean, us who don't keep the wheels of industry going like yourself, and that, I've got Sky Sports on all day, and so I'm sitting there and having my cornflakes as usual, and then the next thing there's an 8-man panel sitting to discuss the international football, and there was Kenny Miller sitting, Gareth McCauley, and I put the Waltons on. It was better.
Oh, the Waltons.
Oh, what a lot of rubbish. No interest for me at all, mate, you know.
Forgetting about what people think of international football, I just think they're not being fair in the football fans. I think they can come up with something different, and they might have to look to restructure their group or seriously think about doing away with international friendlies. Because it's no right in the paying customer. But we have this debate once a month now, Fox, don't we?
You do indeed. I don't think I'm like you. The normal football fan isn't really interested. You're interested in your own team playing, and that's it. You have a passing interest in the international football, but nowadays there's too many games now, and it's breaking up the season into small fragments now, and I don't like it at all.
Do you know one of the, we don't want to obviously dwell on the Scotland thing, but no one of the things they discussed today, Fox, was it, and I know it's not in next March when Scotland are playing this semi-final, but there is a general feeling now that they want to cancel all the games on the Saturday instead of just having games cancelled on the Sunday. I mean, I don't know who Rangers actually play in the 21st or 22nd of March. I know it's not next year, but they're looking for it to be cancelled.
Wait, and I'll tell you, JFK, right this very moment.
There you go, pal.
Right. Once that button comes up, what did you say, the 22nd of March?
It's the 21st or 22nd of March. I think Scotland's playing the 24th.
We're away to St Mirren.
We're away to St Mirren, right? Mm-hmm. So,
even though... Do you mean just like the way they cancelled games when we had a big backlog of them, Jimmy?
Well, that's the next question I was going to ask.
Games we need a glamour European final to play. JFK, is that the point?
Well, look, don't cancel games because we can't you can't cancel the games and that. We need to play the games because we're going on a tour of Japan. You know, that never materialised for them, you know. So, I mean, they spoke about it the day, you know, Kenny Miller said it's a great idea to cancel the whole Ricardo on that day. Okay, for us, we'd only lose Ryan Jack, but Ryan Jack's a pivotal member of our squad. And like Fox said, I'm not interested in what any other team's doing. I'm more interested in the Rangers, you know. And
To be fair, JFK, the league might be done by then. We might have won it.
We might have won it. That'd be great if we'd won it by then. But the fact is, you know, as Fox has said there, you know, nobody helped us in 2008, and but we'll see how that transpires in the coming months, and that see if that gathers momentum to see if they actually do. But seemingly there's been an approach made, and there's been a consultation between the SFA and SPFL about actually cancelling the games for that weekend, which I think is scandalous, personally.
Well, there you go, you learn something new every day. But anyway, so we're moving on, and we're getting a lot of good stuff coming out of the club at the moment, Fox. Yeah, things that's going on behind the scenes. The young boys are having great results. The tickets are moving for Saturday. It's thousands, it's there now. No hundreds, so we might have about 10,000 maybe watch the young boys, which would be excellent, and I think that could go up if the weather's not too bad. They're taking cash in the enclosure. JFK, remember we were talking about that the other night? I see they're taking cash for the enclosure. Yeah,
well, that should be good. I was talking to Big Stevie yesterday for the drumming at, and he reckons between 10,000 15,000 easy. Depending on the weather, you know. That's good. I like to support the young boys, you know. The young boys are doing brilliant and everything. We beat the PDs the other night, 5-0. We're doing well in the Europa Youth League and that. So, and obviously we're in the Tunnock's Caramel Wafer Cup, not 16, as this is in Saturday. So
I was going to say that's hard to get your teeth through, but you quite like them.
But it's going really well for the young guys and that, and so
right before we hear from Ross Wilson, Fox, yeah, I've got a wee question to ask you too. We're talking about players, and this is just since the war, right? Yeah.
There you go.
You there, Fox?
I'm hiding.
Well, turn, you can't hear you.
Go.
Right. Just since the war, you must have played a minimum of 10 league games. And this is just league goals. Just league goals, yeah?
Right.
Right. The best ratio, top 10. Okay? Right, there you go, Jimmy. Keep away from that keyboard.
Oh, no, I don't. I liked it. No, I'm not that, no. Best ratio, top 10.
Right. And I'll give you a wee clue when we go if you want. So, number one, his ratio is 1.067 goals.
Are we going early or late here?
Is that Morelos?
Nope.
You mean this player's the top?
Yes, ratio.
Well, it's got to be Ali McCoist, is it no?
No. You're not listening to the question, JFK.
Go, see.
It's ratio, so McCoy's
plays. Right.
Yeah. You know, but you've got a minimum of 10 games. This is the top one. I'll give you a clue, another clue.
I tell you who's definitely in it.
Walter signed them. No, we're trying to get the top one. Walter signed them.
Aye, Marco Negri.
Correct.
The only reason I know that because I read it in the paper yesterday.
32 goals. How did you not get it right away then?
No, I got the question mixed up. I was going for top goal scorers, but I never.
Goals.
Aye.
In 30 games.
In his first 10 games, he scored 20 odd, didn't he?
Aye. Right. Here's number two. Listen to the clue. Right, you listening?
Yeah.
It's not Ren. or Wixies?
It's not Rain or Wixies.
I've not got a clue.
Right. I'll give you another clue.
Go.
He was from South Africa.
Johnny Hubbard.
No. The Rhino.
Don Kitchenbrand.
And
Yes.
well
You get
done,
it now,
Jimmy.
GFK?
That's only two South Africans, aye.
But you get the clue?
No, I did not, mate. Wrens and Wixies.
Aye. Kitchens. Kitchen brands.
Oh, can't wait you go. I buy my kitchens for me and you.
You get it now?
I do, mate, do I.
Right, number 3.
Right.
A wee clue here. Me and Fox think he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Jim Forrest.
Yep. 83 goals in 105
Aye.
games.
That as many go, aye.
Aye, great, mate. He should be in the Hall of Fame.
Jim Forrest was a cracking player, mate.
I think we'll get that petition started again, Fox. Right.
Aye.
The next one. It's not Wall, but he can be in a... You can never hurry this person.
It's not Wall. Well, it's Brick. Brick Wall.
No, think of names. Think of names.
It's not Wall.
And you can never hurry her.
Never hurry a Murray.
Right, well done.
That was a saying, never hurry a Murray.
Come on, Fox.
Money.
It's not a Wall.
Max Money.
Correct. 80 goals in 103 games. See, the clues are there for you boys. This next one, his nickname was a character in the Beano. No, he wasn't. It wasn't in the Beano. No. It wasn't in the Beano.
Was it the Dandy or the Chopper?
You've just named it. It was named after another comic.
The Dandy or the Beano?
Yeah, Dandy, you said it.
Dandy McLean.
Yep. What a record, mate.
Aye.
49 goals, 69 games. The next one has been our interim manager, and he's got a suite at the club.
Wally Thornton.
Correct. 110 goals in 164 games. The next guy scored the winner the last time we won the League Cup.
No Peter Lovenkrands.
GFK.
Jelavic.
Correct. Nikita
Jelavic.
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 30 goals in 45 games. Yeah.
That's good. That's a good ratio.
Next one of Northern Ireland's finest.
Oh, I know who that is. I just can't remember his name. Oh,
No, not coming to me.
I'll give you a clue. His first name for Northern Ireland's got a painting on the wall.
Billy Simpson.
Well done.
Wally Simpson.
He's only good with these clues. I'm disappointed in the kitchen brand. I thought you'd have got that right away. The next one was the Danish plumber.
Danish plumber.
Come on, boys.
Danish plumber. No, I'm not getting this one.
No.
After finishing, after the SEC, the next stop is
Argyle Street.
no, you missed one.
Anderson. Anderson. Oh, Eric Bowe.
Aye.
Dearie me.
15 goals in 23 games.
We'd be a rubbish in mastermind, folks.
By the way, Billy Simpson, 113 goals in 172 games.
Excuse
And
me.
the last one is played for Rangers. He's played for Tottenham.
Rangers, Tottenham, Richard Goss play for Rangers, Tottenham.
He's played for Portsmouth.
No,
He's
the big
played-
boy. No, the big boy. The big boy scored the wonder goal against Scotland for England.
He's played for Sunderland.
It's no Paul Rideout. Actually, he never done as much as that.
He played for West Ham. He's played for Bournemouth.
Jermaine Defoe.
Yes.
Oh God.
18 goals in 28 games is number 10 on the list.
Thank God that's done. What did we get, Jimmy? 9 out of 10 we ended up getting.
Definitely. God's sake,
Aye.
get his own mastermind. We'll win it. We'll skate it.
I can't believe he's never got the kitchen brand one.
Oh, God. Cryptic clues.
Cryptic clues there enough.
He's didn't think. Anyway, some interesting stats there. Obviously, Jim Forrest is the one that stands out. That's league games. Just league games, you know. If you go to total games, Jim Forrest is top of the list. Yeah.
Can I ask you something? I'm
46
surprised.
Goals in 166 games.
I'm surprised that a good friend of yours is no there. Because he scored 7 goals in his first 3 games for Rangers. Was Colin Steen.
Colin, if you look, the numbers
8
on
goals.
there.
8 goals.
8 goals it was 8. It was 3. 2 hat-tricks and a 2 eye.
Oh.
That's right.
But as his good mate points out for him, he didn't do a lot after that.
As a baby bud said, aye. Oh dear.
Which I thought was quite funny. If you look, Colin wasn't as prolific if you think, but big goals obviously to stop them winning 10 and also
Aye.
to
I'm
win the
thinking
league
ere that
in
short,
Barcelona, you know.
ere that short period, I was thinking, he scored. No, obviously, and now that you say, his ratio after his goal scoring exploits after that, Bud was right. I done nothing after it.
I think he was pulling his chain, but there we go.
Aye, here you go.
But aye, sort of different for the top 10 goal scorers with Jim Forrest is there when you take away. That's just league games. The ratios, who appears in it. There's a guy, you've got to have played more than 10 league games. Negri's still there with 36 goals in 43 games. But Jim Forrest is still the one that stands out, Fox. 146 goals in 166 games. Ralph Brand also 210 goals in 324 games. McCoyster's the top goal scorer, Derek Johnson the second, but they don't appear near lists, how prolific they are.
Aye. See what I was telling you before we come on about Alfredo. I'm changing the subject. It was actually broadcast live on TalkSport tonight about Leicester City.
Right, okay.
Right.
All right. So we had an interview brought today about Ross Wilson. So listen, let's get yourself a mute and let's hear what's his official title, Fox? Director of Football?
I think it is, mate.
Let's hear for the Director of Football. Ross Wilson, get yourself a mute, lads.
Most pertinent question as well, that everybody understands what that role looks like. So I've came from a club where that's absolutely established within the workings of the club and has been for probably just over a decade now. The key thing to say, it's not just a scouting role. We've got a strong scouting department already. So I'm not the chief scout, I'm not the head of recruitment, and Andy Scoldham, we've got a strong head of recruitment. So my role is basically to oversee the development, evolution and day-to-day working of the football department and everything that encompasses. So scouting's a big part of that. Just generally how we run the football operation, our medical, our sports science, our academy, working with Stephen every day. making sure that basically we can build an absolutely excellent Rangers in every shape and form that we can. There's been a lot of good work done already. Thanks to Mark Allen for the work that he did in his time here to set some strong foundations there. And we've got a lot of work to do going forward. And I hope when I do this interview again in a couple of years, I hope I'm still saying the same, because I think in a club of this size, we've got to be absolutely relentless in our pursuit of high standards and excellence as much as we can. And it's going to be important that on an ongoing basis, we're always looking at what's next for Rangers in every shape and format.
You've been in the role a couple of weeks now, so how have you found it, and how did you find the club when you first came through the doors?
Yeah, it's been very warm, I must say. Everybody's been very welcoming. It's been great to be here the first couple of weeks. I met up with the guys in Porto at first, then I had another couple of days down south before I came back up to Glasgow. So I know the city well. I'm enjoying being back in the city. I know some of the people in the club well already. So now everybody's been really welcoming, really warm, and delighted to be here.
Do you feel like you inherited a strong structure within the club after Mark Allen had been here?
Yeah, there's a strong structure. The foundations are strong. We've got a long way to go in terms of how we continue to develop the various heads of department. You know, Craig in the academy. We've been having a lot of chats about how we continue to really develop the academy, which is already in a strong direction. The scouting and recruitment team, we've got a lot of work to do there to continue to build that up. But we've got good people in there already. We've got people who are hungry as well, who've got desire to make that department excellent. And we've already identified a couple of areas in medical and sports science that we want to up the upper levels in there and build on the existing people that we've got who are strong, and make the provision as strong as we possibly can. I think physically within the building, there's been a lot of upgrade to the training centre already, and we've already earmarked where we can continue to improve that. There's some small things happening this week internally to make the environment here better, and there's some bigger things will be happening over the coming months as well. But it's certainly my ethos that I need to be relentless here to make sure that we achieve everything we want to achieve. Stephen and I are absolutely on the same page in that respect, as is Craig and I on the academy, and as are the board and I in terms of the general direction going forward. And that's important to me, that everybody's connected and everybody wants the same thing here.
We just touched on Stephen Gerrard for a second. He said he really missed having someone in that director of football, now sporting director role. So how quickly have you been able to establish a relationship with him?
Yeah, we get on well. Yeah, before I accepted the job, it was really important to me that I met Stephen. This wasn't going to work for me if there was a manager that I didn't think I could work with, and it wouldn't have worked for Stephen if there was a sporting director that he didn't think he could work with. I think we very quickly established that we had a lot of common goals, common aims, common ways of working. Personality is important. So I think we get on well. Obviously, relationships take a lot of time to form. We're not going to be best mates after a couple of weeks, but we get on really, really well. He's fantastic to work with. I've got to say that. He absolutely loves being here. His energy in the job's huge. His communication's strong, and if we're not together, we're normally on the text and on the phone together all the time. So he's good to work with. He's really, really open. He's got a similar communication style to myself, as I think we both quite like talking. Somebody from Liverpool and somebody from Scotland, I think talking's part of our nature, so we're enjoying that so far. And I think as well, it would be remiss of me not to say he's surrounded with an excellent team. He's chosen some excellent people around him, whether it's Mick, whether it's Jordan, whether it's Tom, whether it's Gary we're talking about, Scott and analysis. We've got some excellent people here working with Stephen, around Stephen, and that's it. And that's what I've found across the club as well. We've got a lot of really, really good people here, and hopefully in my leadership of the area, we can continue to have even more excellent people with us.
We'll come back to the club in a second, but if we just talk about you for a little bit. You had been approached for this job before, so what made it the right time to join Rangers now? Yeah,
I hope that anybody that's worked with me in any of my previous roles would understand that one of my big qualities is loyalty, I hope. And when I was approached about this job, it was a couple of years ago, it was hugely exciting for me, flattering as well. There was a big opportunity at that moment in time to come and join the journey that the club was on at that time. But I felt I owed Southampton more at that time. I felt I owed them more time. That club's gone through a lot of change. It was a club that I had a huge affection for, both the people that I worked for and the people I worked with at the time. And I wasn't ready to leave that. But the challenge here was a big pull, and I think I've gone on record to say it was a hugely difficult decision for me to turn down at that time. And when it came around this time, it was a different set of circumstances, and it's something I couldn't turn it down a second time.
So you've mentioned loyalty there. Do you see a big future here? Do you have a big vision for what you want to achieve at Rangers?
Yeah, I certainly see a big future. I think it's everybody knows the size and magnitude of the club. Everybody also knows the journey that it's been on in recent times. And in the last couple of years, we've certainly saw the club lay a lot of strong foundations. Like I said earlier, we ultimately have to make every area of this club excellent again. And one of my big roles in my role here as sporting director is to make sure that whether we're talking about the scouting team, or we're talking about women's football, or we're talking about the training centre that we're sitting here today, medical and sports science, we want everything here to be as good as it can possibly be. And I used the word relentless earlier. And every time we achieve something, we need to not pat ourselves in the back, but look and see what's next and build a really, really strong Rangers again in every shape and format.
You've had experience of working within different budgets at Falkirk, at Huddersfield, and then into the Premier League. So how do you think that's going to benefit you here?
Yeah, I think I've gone on record many times to say that I think the experience I had at Falkirk back at the start stood me in such great stead, because I got to experience so many areas at the club, a much smaller club, of course, but I got such a broad remit there to understand the workings of a football club. And then the budgets at Watford, Huddersfield and Southampton have all been different sizes. But the development of my network has probably been the thing that's been more pertinent for me in my journey south of the border, to establish a strong network of contacts, a strong network of information. I know Glasgow, I know what Scottish football is, and I know what Rangers are, and hopefully I can bring all of those experiences into the mix and for the betterment of Rangers going forward.
You left Scotland in 2011, is that right?
I think so.
So you said you'd also spoken to different sporting directors about coming back up here. Do you feel that Scottish football is being viewed in a slightly different way at the moment down in England? Yeah,
I think probably within Scotland we can probably talk ourselves down more than they do south of the border. I think south of the border there's a huge respect for Scottish football, and there's certainly a huge respect for the size of what Rangers is. And when I discussed this opportunity with some of my counterparts in other clubs south of the border, they were certainly excited for me and understand the size of the club that I'm joining and the reasons why I'm joining it as well.
Do you think this is one of the most exciting times for Scottish football in recent times?
Yeah, I think it's a hugely exciting time for Scottish football. I think it's a hugely exciting time for Rangers. I think the ceiling's high in terms of what we can achieve. As I said, the foundations are strong, but we've got a long way to go to get the club to where we want it to be. And we can never stop that relentless approach to getting there.
So if we discuss this season, maybe the next 12 months, what are your immediate priorities here at Rangers?
So immediately to build those strong relationships inside the club, to really understand the inner workings of the club, to have some real solid plans in place as to how we're going to develop the club going forward in all of the different areas that I mentioned already over the next 12 months. We've got a January window which is imminent from a squad management point of view. I think Stephen's already gone on record to say that the squad's probably bigger than we'd want it to be. So in the short term, we certainly want to reduce the size of that squad. But we're Rangers, and if there's an opportunity that we see out there that Stephen thinks can enhance the quality of what he's got to work with, then we'll look at that as well.
How far ahead do you look? Do you work on a 2-year plan, a 3-year plan? What kind of system do you look at?
From a scouting and recruitment point of view, I think it's got to tie into how we manage the squad, how we manage our contracts, and we always try to look between 2 and 4 windows ahead. Theoretically, of course, in practice things can be different in different moments, but yeah, we're always trying to look 2 to 4 windows ahead if we can.
You touched on January there, so just to tell the fans, how does January look from your point of view?
Yeah, as I say, Stephen's been quite clear in that in terms of what his views are in the squad. He's really happy with the squad he's got. Obviously in a really strong direction at the moment on the pitch. We've got too many players in the group, so we want to reduce the size of that squad slightly. We'll always be looking at where we can enhance the squad, but that's not a priority for us. But if there is an opportunity that can make us better in the short term, then we'll look at it.
You're also in charge of the scouting structure here, and you mentioned in your media before developing an excellent scouting structure. So what does that look like, and how does it change from what's already in place? Yeah, so we have to grow, basically. There's been a lot of good work done. Andy's leading a really good team of people there. There's no doubt about that. But we want to grow in all areas. So we want to have more scouts on the ground. We want to have a greater presence in Europe than we've got at this moment in time. We want to have more working on our video work. We want to have more working on our data work. And we want to bring all that together with a really clear vision and strategy as to 1, where we're looking, 2, how we're looking, and 3, what we're looking for. And then finally, how we interact with people, how we represent Rangers. The scouting and recruitment team are often the first touch point that many people across the world will have with Rangers. And I want to make sure that every interaction that anybody has with this club
represents the standard that we want in this club. So there's a long way to go in terms of scouting, but there's also a lot of good work being done.
How quickly do you anticipate that happening, and how much are you responsible for that, and how much is Andy Scolding responsible for that?
Yes, ultimately the leadership of the football department is my responsibility, but also it's important for me to allow the people that's in charge of departments to run them. And Andy's our head of scouting and recruitment. He's done a really, really good job. He's a hard-working guy, and he'll lead that on a day-to-day basis for sure. And I'll lead and support that in terms of the type of people we want to bring here, the strategy that we want to work to, and our ways of working. I'll be really connected to it. It's been a big part of my background. I've got a strong network behind me as well of agents and people that want to filter information into me all the time, and I'll be really, really open book to make sure that Andy and the guys can access that information as well.
And you spoke about the medical department wanting to make changes there. What would you like to change there?
Yeah, not so much changes. I think again we've got some really, really strong people within our medical department at the moment. We've earmarked where we can make that even better, where we can bring some additional expertise. Again, the doctor and I have had some chats on that. Jordan and I have had some chats on that. We just see so many opportunities that we can build on some really strong foundations, make the club even stronger, bring some even higher skill sets to the club as much as we possibly can, and to build on the already excellent people that we've got in the club.
And there's been some big changes here at the training ground and at the stadium in terms of infrastructure. How would you like to develop that and move that on?
Yeah, so we're in an international break at the moment, so it was a good time to almost have a sense check in where we are with all of that. So we've got some minor training ground alterations and adjustments being done this week, just to make that environment even better again. And then as we move across 6 to 12 months, we've got some bigger picture things we want to do. Some things will start in the summer, some things will start after that. But there's a huge desire from the board, from myself, from Stephen, from Craig Mulholland, to make sure that in all areas of the training centre here, we're never stopping pushing the boundaries. We're never stopping looking to see where we can improve this place. In the same way we want to improve all our departments, and that'll definitely happen. At
your previous club, Southampton, they had a great record of bringing through youth talent. So how important is that to Rangers and to be able to do that here? Yeah, it's crucial. I think we've got a strong academy. We've got strong leadership. We've got a strong coaching group in there already. We'll constantly evolve that as we move forward as well. Craig and I have had a lot of discussions on that already. We've also got a lot of good players. I was aware of some of them when I was south of the border, and I'm even more aware of more of them now. They're playing in some excellent competitions at the top end of the academy just now. We've got a strong idea as to where we want that to go going forward. And again, we can never stop in our pursuit of that. We have to be creative in how we develop our talent. It's something that we're big on in Southampton. There's not one way to develop all of our players. We'll have many different approaches to that, and it's something that Craig subscribes to as well. But to answer your question directly, it's got to form part of our journey. Where the biggest success factor of any academy is how many players we can get towards the first team and the quality of those. And I know that that's a vision shared by Stephen as well, that if players are good enough, he wants to be a manager that gives those players a chance. Do you think the academy's in a good place to make more of an impact within Europe and to be more recognised within Europe? Yeah, I think so. I think the work the academy's already doing is being recognised in Europe already. But ultimately, like I said, the success of that will be judged on the quality of the players that we produce, get to the top end of the game as much as we can. And I think the direction of travel for that is good. I think it's recognised in Europe as an academy that's doing well. The impact that we're making in things like the Youth League are strong. But we have to get players towards the first team when the time's right and if they're good enough. And how do you make sure that Rangers keeps hold of its best young talent and they don't see better opportunities elsewhere? Yeah, I think it's almost just repeating what I've just said already. I think we've got to make sure there's not a reason to leave the club. We've got to make sure that everything that we build internally here is something that the players and the parents and their agents recognise as excellent, and there isn't a carrot elsewhere that can make another club more attractive than ours. And ultimately, opportunity is a big part of what we can offer as well as we go along the journey. But retaining our best players here at Rangers is crucial to us. And moving on to the women's team, there's been increased investment from the board towards the start of 2020. So how do you see the women's programme here developing? Yeah, I think very similar to how I see the academy, really, that there's foundations there. It's a new project for us, but it needs to be very important. It needs to be something that we consider as part of a wider football structure, and it's something that, and it is. We want to develop that to be one of the best programmes in Scotland. Again, we're not going to achieve that overnight, but that journey's already began. Craig Mulholland and I, Craig leads our women's football side as well. We had some chats on that over the weekend in terms of how we take that forward in the short term.
Recruitment of players to that will be important too. The quality of the staff that we've got working there will be important too. But in the same way that we talk about the academy, we want our women's section to be up there with the best in Europe, but it won't happen overnight.
So what are the priorities there with them? Because they finish their season this weekend, so you've got quite a good chunk of time to maybe make some impact there.
Yeah, so priorities there is basically making some decisions around the players that we've already got, recruitment of players going forward, recruitment of some staff, make sure that we up our level of people around the women's team. That's important for us, and really ensure that that group of people, players and staff, are absolutely ready for next season when the women's calendar restarts. But so there's a lot of work to be done there, and that's why we met before the game at the weekend to talk about that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Foxy boy.
He's making everything sound as though it's really good behind the scenes at Ibrox, mate. I know we've all had a lot of second thoughts on the way the finances are going, but this guy seems to be brought in to take us forward, and it looks as though we've got money and backing to do that, Ox, and that's quite pleasing for me.
I agree. I mean, the number of jobs he mentioned alone, JFK, the number of departments and people have got to do this, that, and the other. I mean, we're back and we're starting to play with the big boys again. No pun intended there, mate.
I mean, look at the job that was done before Mark Allen, and I think that Ross Wilson's just going to carry the baton forward again. Very impressed. I mean, I watched it today, and it was good to listen to it again. Everything looks good. I mean, let's not kid ourselves on. I mean, we're fans and that, and obviously we're a bit concerned sometimes when we hear things about the finances and that. But really, that's.
Did you read it, JFK? Just out of curiosity, did you get through the balance sheet?
Oh, well, what doesn't really concern me is the fact is that I know what you're saying. I mean, what does the balance sheet actually mean? I mean, are we going to get into liquidation, or are we going? No, it doesn't. No, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, I'm only interested in what he does as a job.
There was the headline figures in it in the papers.
Aye.
Surprise, surprise. But when you actually dissected it,
aye,
there was some one-off expenditure, Fox's testimonial.
Aye. Well, see, it's not something that I would actually go in and read it at great length. You know, I'm only concerned about the guy Ross Wilson's come in, and he, as I say, he's taken up the baton Mark Allen. So I'm happy about that. A lot of good positive stuff we spoke about, the medical staff, the way Fitbits run now, and Rangers have got that sorted, obviously, at the Hummel. So he looks a very confident man, and he looks as if he's happy in his new job.
Mate, so I was really impressed with that interview. I mean, that was like an interview. I mean, it's a job interview. The boy sold himself to me, Fox.
And me.
Yeah, me as well, aye.
I don't know if it was pre-arranged, obviously, all the questions, but he tackled quite a lot of things that we've been speaking about generally over the last couple of years about sorting out the recruitment, getting people off the wage bill, which we failed to do, getting decent money for players that we've got, and things like that. And then moved on to the training facilities, the upkeep at Ibrox. Yeah, it was very thorough.
Aye. I mean, we spoke briefly earlier on about the youth development now, and it's really doing well. And we're getting the fruits of that, the competitions that are all doing well. And so, I mean, he's gave praise to the Andy. What's that? The guy Andy's second name? I forgot his second name again.
Scolding.
I was going to say Holding there. Andy Scolding. He's gave him praise as well. You know, he's still doing a great job at Ibrox. So, I watched it today and I could see a nice presence about the guy, and he looks as if he's fun the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and he looks as if he's happy to be at Ibrox. And I was really, really impressed, Ox, here with his demeanour, as they say, during the interview. Really pleased, and it's going forward for us. I think it's a great appointment.
Very honest. Yep. Especially where we are, Fox, for me. We talked about the job that Mulholland and has done, and whether we like it or not, mate, the boy's done a fabulous job at that academy, allowing the people who do the coaching.
Aye, I'd agree. Well, we can see the progress that's been made in the last couple of years. Looking at your squad, mate, you know. We've got some terrific characters in there. We've got the goalkeeper, the young goalkeeper, Lewis, I think it's Budanaukis. Nathan Patterson's supposed to be quite a really good fullback. We've got other players like Jamie Burr-Jones plays in that, Kieran Dixon, who captains the side. We've got young Nathan Coombs, Mabudi, Kai Kennedy. We've got a lot of talented youngsters coming through, and he spoke about a pathway through for them, and that pleased me as well.
Aye, a lot of positives, JFK. You know, it's not just about the first team.
Oh, everything was positive for him. There's a lot of positives, you know what I mean, surrounding the whole club. Everything's positive. And look where we are, the way we're playing, where we are in the league, where we are in Europe, Cup final. As I say, the boy's taking there for Mark Allen, and there's a boy into basically, you know, just a young lad. And everything's going well. We just need to keep that momentum going, and hope come that January that the players that we lose, we can recoup some decent money for some of the, no call them deadwood, that's not a nice word, we'll call them fringe players who are no longer there to perform for us on a weekly basis. So they'll be let go, and if we get some money for them, fair dues. But everything's looking rosy, mate. It's rosy in the garden, as they say. Absolutely wonderful.
I mean, we did do some shares today and brought in another, I reckon, just over £2 million, Ox.
I've seen that, mate.
To help fund as well, you know. So
I've not seen the details of it. I've seen that happen, but I don't know if that's some of the loans been turned into shares, mate. I didn't have a problem when I read the balance sheet, mate. I really didn't. It's comfortable for the club, and obviously the directors have committed to doing what they've done, and they've done it. They've done exactly everything they said, and we can't. Unless you want more of them, but they've done what they said they were going to do.
It's others who deem to see it as a negative. But as I say, for me, I'll let the people who know better to sort things financially for Rangers. I'll pay my season ticket money as usual every season, and do my bit for it. And I want to go and see a good team in the park. And if Mr. King and the other guys put their money where their mouth is and convert them into shares to keep the club going, I don't have a problem with that. Don't have a problem with it whatsoever. So I'm happy on that aspect, Oxia.
Well,
Sorry,
I'm just going to say that they seem to have a plan for the present and a plan to look forward to the future. And they must know how much all this is going to cost to fund. So they've done their homework, and it seems to be looking good for the future.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. So if people want to join us, give us their thoughts. What's the number, JFK?
0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. We were brought in a call by the one and only Old School Blue. Anyway, if you get any financial difficulties, we'll have to sell one of the players' legs. All Bears got is at 400 million, isn't he?
He certainly has. He certainly has.
Hey, Mr. Positive, I loved him.
Brilliant. Aye, it was good. That was good.
Aye, but he could back up his. Oh, here's the reason why. You know.
Do you think he never came in before, honestly, because of who our manager was at the time?
I wouldn't have, mate. I wouldn't have.
You know.
I agree with you 100%, mate. I would have been anywhere near Cucina. Yeah. So the only draw was Rangers, no work with Cucina.
No.
I think as George said, if we go to Google a Rangers manager, we knew we were in trouble from day one.
Right.
So do you think the manager's also an attraction to come to work with?
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Aye. The comparisons for the new and Graham Souness, folks.
There's a lot of them in there.
You know, that's the comparison there. You know, a high-profile manager has come in. You know, obviously the credibility that they've got both as winners, and obviously the contacts they've got. So, that's you've got that in a nutshell, mate. Because of who he is, he's going to bring people in the club that want to play for him, and let's hope that we can keep him for the 4 years minimum, and entice others, to the club. That would be absolutely fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But the investment, on you go, mate.
There's a lot of work going in to make sure the foundations are solid, JFK,
Well, there is, you can see that.
He's the catalyst, but it will not all come crashing down when Stephen moves on, because that's football.
But he covered everything. There was one part of the interview that he covered not just about the football infrastructure, but he actually spoke about the infrastructure in the stadium and the Hummel and all that. He's telling us that there's a lot of work being done to the stadium, and there's been money spent, and the medical side of it, and the science side of it. Us minions, we never thought about it. You just think about 11 guys going on the park and running about the ball and putting the ball in the net. So we've got it to a T, I think. And I think new Steven Gerrard's an integral part of that. He's brought his knowledge for Liverpool, and obviously, his 114 caps for England, that how it works, and he's brought that to Ibrox, and that's good for us, mate. That's really good for us.
Well, moving in the right direction, Foxer.
Without a doubt. I liked Mark Allen before him. I thought he spoke well as well.
Only because he always nodded to you.
Well, if you're on nodding terms, it's with a good friend, isn't it?
True.
But he's obviously put down the foundations, and this boy's going to pick it up and take it further forward. I read somewhere today that even people in the press are saying that he's a top-class operator and knows what he's doing, and well thought in the game, so it's all positive.
Aye, sure is. And as I say, if people want to join us and give their thoughts, 0141 356 1972, or join us at Skype or rangersradio.online. We brought in the call with the one and only Old School Blue. And you can come right through and you can talk to JFK or Fox.
Can he whack it?
You want them to phone in, mate.
All right. You don't have to speak to JFK or Fox.
Oh, dearie me. Good job, I'm thick-skinned, and I've got a lot of skin right enough. Different places where I don't want it.
Just as well we can laugh. But I've got to say, it's only my opinion, and that's all it is, mate. I'm pleased the way the whole direction of the club's gone. Yeah, there's certain things I'd like to tweak, and I've got complaints, and I would love things to move faster around about the stadium for the people who go to the match, and there's a lot of things we could improve. But we're getting there, and I think that if we stick together, as Bridges always saying, and we put our shoulder to the wheel, we'll get there.
But it's
right, Jimmy, on you go.
I think. Where we were, we keep saying, and where we are now, and we have stuck together. And I've been saying many times, I can see the big change in the last 2-3 years, especially. I've saw the big change in the demeanour of Rangers fans. But we're good fans in that we go and we'll support our team through thick and thin. But I've always said that, being with the people that I go to the games with now, and all the people around about me, we've all got a better attitude to the game. We want to go to the game because we feel we're going to win, and we're playing good football. The drudge that we had coming through for the lower leagues was tedious. I never went to many of the away games, but I've got to commend a lot of the guys I know, and all the other guys out there and lassies as well that went to all the away games through the thick and thin years. So they should get a medal. But we're here now, we're where we are and we're where we should be, and others don't like it. And I think the club is in a fantastic position at this moment in time, and we'll let the money men deal with what they've got to deal with. I don't think it'll ever happen again. I think that lesson has been learned, And I think the last couple of years we have bringing Steven Gerrard in. I think we've been prudent in what we've done. We've spent wisely. We bought a couple of donkeys along the line, but
You're always going to get that, mate.
You're always going to get that. That's it. No, so who cares about that? But where we are the new is in a very good place. And the boy that's come in in place of Mark Allen has certainly got his eye in the ball. So let's hope that going forward.
Fox, what are you going to say there, mate?
My main priority, mate, is what goes out on the park. It's great to hear all the future plans, but surely most of the money that we can put together should be make sure we've got the best squad we can possibly afford. I think the Hummel training centre, as good as it is, but if it's taking up large amounts of money, would you no rather see that going to the team? And it's no a criticism. It's just I think that's what the fans expect, Ox.
Mm-hmm. I think the thing is, but mate, if you've got a 1 year plan, a 3 year plan, 5 year and 10 year, you need the Hummel. If you were only doing it for 1 year, you throw everything at the first team.
I agreed, but it's just the way fans think. It's what's on the park that matters, mate. You know.
I don't think we're getting the credit that we're due. We've knocked out a Polish team, beat Porto in aggregate, should have beat the Swiss team in Switzerland. I don't think anybody who watched that game would argue with that. We were a better team over the 90 minutes. The rest of the teams weren't that great, so let's part them. But Legia Warsaw, let's remember what they done to their team the other side of the city not that long ago. Mm-hmm. Porto, quarter-finalists in the Champions League last season. I can't remember the score against Liverpool JFK.
Can't remember myself, mate. You caught me on the hot there.
But the fact is, they were there, yeah.
Yeah.
They were there, right? So that shows you the level. Sporting young boys, Bern have been in the Champions League. So they've been there and thereabouts and gave teams problems. And we went and were competing and beating these teams or knocking them out. And we're not getting the credit. And Steven Gerrard's not getting the credit because see when you look at his record, his whole record's excellent. A couple of blips in the cup last year. Now we're one further on, we're in the final. Our record's even better in Europe than it was last year. And I just think we're moving in the right direction. We're giving them credit. We're being honest. But some people in the media are, let's just say they've got agendas that we've not got, Fox, yeah?
I'd agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
But I think there's a wee change coming in the media.
Oh, aye, definitely.
They're starting to acknowledge what we are doing. Instead of it all being about them across the city rolling in money, you don't hear that comment as much now.
Yeah.
The same as Rangers will never close the gap. That comment has died out as well. And now they're beginning to really, really take it seriously. So we might see a bigger change as the season goes on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. JFK?
Well, I was driving earlier on the night and I was listening to the Snide radio, unfortunately. And I agree with what Fox is saying there. Look, they are starting to come around. People who I never thought would actually praise Rangers, you know, and praising Alfredo Morelos and praising him for his attitude this season. So there is the worm is turning, as they say, you know, but you're still not going to change the PD's mind. Them are there. They know they're still wanting to get their claws into us, and they still come out with the rubbish about we're getting into debt and all that again. But there's parts of the media that are slowly coming round to the way it is and tell the truth now that Rangers are a force to be reckoned with, and we have got a good team. And Alfredo Morelos is a top-class striker, and that is good to hear. You know, I'm not praising the ones that are saying it, but they're saying it now, and it's good to hear them saying that, Oxshire, because it's well overdue. The rubbish that we've been getting since the start of the season, and last season especially, I know, when they absolutely chastised Alfredo Morelos, they destroyed his character. for some of the things that he allegedly did on the park. These bookings in a couple of the seconds off are disgusting. So, but we're getting the credit and he's getting the credit, and that is good to see. They don't like that area. The PDs don't like that. And let's hope that come the end of this year that we're where we should be at the top, on Maroon, points ahead, League Cup in the trophy room, last 32 of the Europa League, and the rest is history, as they say.
Well, aye, but I want to disagree with something. I want to get at least to the quarterfinals of Europa. I'm not greedy.
What's the matter with the final?
Forgot about that, folks. It clashes with our night out. It would throw me and Big Stevie's plans into chaos if that happened.
Aye. It's been a big bonus, this run in Europe this year. I've really enjoyed it.
I don't think it's ending, mate. I don't think it's ending. I think we're getting through. I just got a feeling we're going to get the result and get us through in the next two games. And well, where it takes us, I think we might end up setting to the group. And then we play a Champions League team. And if we just get the right draw, mate, we'll gear them a game. Don't say we'll beat them, but we'll gear them a game.
That's all you ask for out the squad, has been able to compete against these teams. I mean, since Steven Gerrard's come in, we've not had the mollifications, as Bridge would say, that them across the city have had in Europe. And that's not just in the Champions League, it's in the Europa League as well. The last couple of seasons, they've had massive doings, mate. Mm-hmm. But we've been maybe beat by the odd goal here and there, and when we have get beat, and we have competed, and we have played well in these games.
I mean, you take the two defeats last year, Vienna and Moscow. We were robbed in Moscow, mate. We had a perfectly good goal chopped off to make it 4-2 to the Bears. And then Vienna was the greatest of performance, an every night, and it never worked out for us. We get beat 1-0. Well, happens, doesn't it? You know,
Aye.
So it's football, but I just think where we've been, the teams we've played, particularly this year, mate, Legia Warsaw, Porto, decent sides, GFK.
Of course they are. Of course they are. You know, that's where we haven't been getting the credit, Oxyar. I've beat a lot of good sides. Last season in the Europa League, we beat a lot of decent sides as well. And we still never we were lucky. Rangers were lucky, you know. And this season's not been any different, you know. But look, we're still not going to. They still think that when they beat Lazio, they were playing against a Champions League team.
Once,
right? Aye, you know. But we've beat a team that won the Champions League twice, the Europa League twice, and the Super Cup. Come on, get real here. But look, the PDs are never going to give the credit, you know. And you know, we accept that for what they are, you know. So let them go on, mate, and go and lie in the proverbial. So me, I'm happy with the way things are going with my team, and we'll soon see what happens. And I mean, but we're not saying we're world beaters. We're not getting carried away. We're happy with a lot they know, and I'm okay with that. And things can change in a heartbeat. We all know that, but it doesn't matter. They're bad losers and bad winners are there. So. That's just their mentality.
Anyway, we'll reach that time of the evening. Get yourself in mute, and we'll have a tune for the old school boy.
Took a trip to Eyebrow, my favorite team for to cheer, where they were playing the Glasgow Celtic on the first day of the year. Now the ground was filled to capacity as the teams come out to play. The animals sang the soldiers' song, and the people sang Dolly Gray. Now half-time it came and went and the Glasgow Celtic were in the lead. Fenian Tully was drowning everywhere, shaking his rosary beads, while the green flags they were flying high. Celtic hearts were full of pride. The second half, sure it started, and the Rangers they turned the tide. Won't you play up the Glasgow Rangers? Oh, play up the boys in blue. Oh, play up the Glasgow Rangers. We're here to cheer for you. Now the ball goes out to Walker, and from 30 yards he did score. Sure you couldn't hear your ears at Ibrox Park for the sash my father wore. Oh, play up the Glasgow Rangers. Sammy Cox is on the ball. He slips it through to Willie Woodbarn. Then offer to Ian McCall. McCall to Billy Simpson. Oh, here come the boys in blue. Well, Simpson beats the Celtic centre half, and then goes number 2. Now the Rangers fans are roaring. Jardine Young, he takes a free onto the head of William Simpson, and then goes number 3. While it's 3-1 for the Rangers. That was the final score. A happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Celtic once more. Yes, a happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Celtic once more. Yes, a happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Fenians once more.
You enjoy that, boys?
Yep, nice tune.
Aye. Great voice,
Yep,
a big man, didn't he?
He did, mate, he did.
You know, and it's a good song as well. Anyway, if people want to join us, it's 0141 356 1972, or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. We've brought in the call with one and only Old School Blue. If you phone in by telephone, we'll contact you back and bring you into the call. We announcement to make, Fox? We're having a wee sabbatical, JFK.
Yep, I understand
A
it.
sabbatical. We're going off air Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, mainly due to the international football, because we've really Rangers stories die up. Fox has got a few things he wants to sort out in the old romantic front, so we'll move on to that. We'll have a bit of time with that. And then we'll be back next Wednesday, building up to 55.
Definitely.
Sounds good to me.
Yep. All right. What were we? What were we talking about there before the tune? Look through your notes, lads. Hurry up. Right. Well, the club, GFK. I mean, you went to watch the young boys and the nature of the football. Do you see a plan, or was it just like a youth game of football?
No. I think I said before. I think the way the young boys are playing. I seen the game at Firhill against the young boys of Bern a couple of weeks ago, and I think the way that the Mark Warburton's got them playing is the same, basically the same way that the first team's playing. Young Nathan Coombs seems to be the man up front, who's doing a lot of hard work up there, and he got another goal there against the PDs the other night. So no, it's similar in a lot of ways, you know. The young boy Kai Kennedy is a bit of a flying machine once he gets started. So a lot of things are looking good that way.
Hello?
You know.
Oh, I think this could be James.
It is, I think it is.
Evening, James. How you
Hello,
doing? How you
hello,
doing?
guys. How you doing?
All right,
All right,
James.
mate.
Yeah,
How's things, mate?
just fine. Just the weather over here is getting a bit colder, but
Oh,
not too bad. But what I want to do is bring up 3 players for Rangers. I always like to promote new players.
uh-huh.
Right, the first one is a guy called Mats Kohlert. He plays from Willem II in the Dutch league.
Mm-hmm.
Left-hand sided player, like Ryan Kent. He's like him, but he's a really good player. It could always be maybe a backup for him, but he's a German boy, and he set up 2 goals for Willem II when they beat PSV 2-0 on Saturday. So he's a guy, I think, he's only 21. He'd be a good signing. The next guy, I've spoke about him before, Ben Purrington of Charlton. He'd be a good backup for Barisic. Very strong, athletic player. I've said to you before about him, so he's a good one. The other one is, you had a caller yesterday who spoke about Sori Kaba, the Ghanaian international. He scored 2 excellent goals against Copenhagen on Sunday. It was the top of the table, and he scored 2 great. He's a very good player, him. He would be a good backup. Maybe not as good as Morelos, but near enough. And
Who did he play with again there, James?
Midtjylland.
Midtjylland,
we
yeah.
talked about last night, the boy we talked about last night, yeah.
Yeah, he's very strong in the air, this guy. He's sharp as well. He's on a loose ball right away and scored 2 goals. And I think he'd be a good player, very strong and physical. He'd be good for our league. You may get him for 5 million, I don't know. But these are 3 players. And I watched a bit of the Feyenoord against a team. It was the lowest team in the division. And they were 2-0 down, a team called Walik or something, RK something. And they were 2-0 down, but they came back, and the Argentine centre-back, Marcus Sensi, scored in the 85 minute to win the game. And what a header it was, a near post. He came in, it was a bullet header. So he's really good in the air, so we'll need to be wary of him. Sam Larsson scored and Jorgensen scored, but I just thought I'd phone you about these players, and I like to promote new players for Rangers and see if maybe they might sign them. But it was a good...
It's good for Fox. You're always looking at players, mate.
Well, to be honest, I haven't heard the 2 of the boys that James mentioned there, but the boy Kaba definitely caught the eye when we played Midtjylland. So I don't know what sort of price range we're talking about there, James, for these players. Have you any idea?
Well, I don't know. We could make offers, start at 2 million and go up, but I reckon he's worth at least 5. This Kaba, because he's strong, he's fast, he's good, he's an all-round good player. He would be ideal. Well, I know you're talking about Shanklin. People were talking about Shanklin. That's no disrespect to Shanklin, but he's not got it. This guy would be a great player for us. Maybe 2 million to start off and go up to 5. I wouldn't pay anyone 5 for him, but Max Kohler is worth, I would say, 4 million, but I'll start at 2 with him. And you may get Purrington. Well, Charlton might be hard to deal with, but there's lots of players in England that are good left backs. I'm sure they could find somebody else. But I thought it was just some players. These guys would be good backups, and the ones that are not going to make it, I would just sell them off and so forth. The ones that are just on the fringe lines, etc. Because as Fox was saying, we need to turn up, get better players all the time.
Aye, quality, mate, quality steps. But who would you get rid of, James? Because obviously we can't just bring in another 3. We'd maybe have to get rid of 4 or 5, mate.
Yeah.
Who would the casualties be for you?
Well, what I would do,
I would. I think Stewart's a good player to have around. I think he's good for unlocking games, and he seems to be happy coming on as a sub, so that's quite good. So I'd keep him. I'd probably Jamie Murphy. I think I would sell him on. I don't think he's going to come back, to be honest. The other guy, it was down at Shrewsbury. What's his name again?
Greg Docherty.
I would sell him. I would sell him with a good clause to sell on, because he might make it somewhere else. You never know. He could learn to pass the ball at the final moment. It's just like I say, you never know. These players could come back. Look at Fleck. I actually met John Fleck recently in Sheffield, by the way. So these players could come back and haunt us. So I could sell. I would sell maybe Greg Docherty and I don't know. What's his name? Jones. He's not had a chance right enough, but definitely I would buy at least one of those players, and the one I would go for is Cabba first, and then Kohler, and then Purrington, and try and get But these guys are good. There's a lot of great players out there. But that Kohler is really fast. You see the goals he set up against PSV, who are a top team. So I would go for him. Max, German boy, 21. He came from Hamburg, and he played. A lot of Germans are playing in the Dutch league, etc. But yeah, I think they'll know the guys to get rid of. It's hard to really say. As I said, remember about a year ago with Barisic, I don't think Barisic was settled in the country. I think he had it from day one, but he wanted out. I think he decided to change his mind. I don't believe players all of a sudden just come onto form. They're not happy in the country. I think he had it all the time. Remember, he played internationally. It was like that when he played international, but when he came back to us, he couldn't be bothered. But Gerrard changed him because I think he wants to play for us now. So some players are not. Yeah,
you might be right. GFK, Jamie Murphy, Greg Docherty. Thoughts?
I'm a big fan of Jamie Murphy, and I'd like to have seen him make it, but I just don't think it's going to happen for him. Unfortunately, on Greg Docherty, I did see in the papers today that he's at Ibrox and he's going to remain there for the next 8 weeks. He's having his rehab there, so he's out the game altogether just now. So I don't know how that's going to go for him going forward. I don't know. I don't know how. What's no. Did I say Docherty there? I might say McCrory. I might say McCrory. He's come back to Ibrox. On Greg Docherty, you know my feelings on Greg Docherty. I don't think he's going to make it Ibrox, mate, either. I just think he's had his chance. I'm not saying he blew it, but if he was going, I said the other night, if he was going to be in the gaffer's plans, then I think he'd have been in him by now. He's that far down the pecking order. So, like James, I think that if there's money to be made, then we could maybe make some money off of him. Obviously, Halliday's contracts expire soon. Will we get anything for him? Don't really care. He's been a good servant for Rangers, so let him go. Jamie Murphy, unfortunately for me, I think will be surplus to requirements. He might end up, I don't know, he might end up back down south again. Maybe a championship team, but maybe get. No, I don't know. I mean, I don't think Scottish football is going to be any good for him, especially with the amount of plastic pitches will go up here. Mm-hmm. There's a few in the Championship, obviously more than there is in the Premiership. So
Jamie Murphy's a good football player, mate. Just timing and career's everything, and he's came to the end of his career, and he's got a bad injury.
I think that's what's going to mess it up for him next year. I think it's the injury, mate. I'm no doubting his ability at all. I rate him as a player. But I just think the injuries maybe held him back. I hope I'm wrong. I'd like to see him become a first-team player in the very, very near future. But he's got his age against him.
In my dream, he scores the goal when we win the league.
Well, there you go. I hope you're right, mate.
There you
Dreams day come true, pal.
I don't know why, but that's what happens. So the funny
It's
thing
usually
is,
my dream. It's me that scores the winning goal.
no, you crossed it in.
Oh, there you go. I'll take that any day.
Fox, any thoughts?
I will. Some of the players there are probably close to exiting Ibrox, but Jordan Jones isn't going to be one of them. I don't think.
No,
I think going forward that I can see Jordan Jones on the left and Ryan Kent on the right. Pace, directness, both of them look the part for that. So I can see him staying. I think he's got a good future at Ibrox.
Yeah. Are you playing for this call from Glasgow to the US? It's going to cost you money. Is this a new system?
If Fox was paying for it, James, you wouldn't be on now. You'd have been on.
No, it's okay, James. Everything's covered now.
That's good. And
did you read the terms and conditions? We reverse the charges for everything.
I see that Jazz TV might be taking adverts in the future to make money. They were thinking some businesses. I don't know. I was watching them last night.
I don't know. I've only ever seen it once. We wish them all the best, mate. They've got their way of doing things, and obviously they've got their expenses to cover, and we do things differently on here, you know.
Yeah. What I think you should maybe do is get together for a program, just a one-off program or something together. Just get everyone, CJ Novo, everyone together for a Christmas program, charity program.
And they'd be on the radio. We don't do TV, David Fox.
Well, it's funny you said that, James. I have sat in the company of Si and Kenny, and I did mention to them that it would be good in the near future if the two could get together. But that's something that might never happen. But I did. It was in passing. I mentioned it'd be good.
They big sponsorships to get your makeup sorted.
Aye. Well, my fee would be a onesie, mate. I'm not that greedy. Just a onesie for me. But you made a good point about the structure that the Rangers and the players we might be able to bring in. James, the boy that we for Mitchelland, we spoke about him last night, and I do rate him, you know. But I mean, as Oxtier said earlier on, I think we need to if and it's a big if for me, we do sell our star striker, then we need to make sure that we've got a replacement there before he goes, because if we don't, I think 55 is not going to happen. But the players that you mentioned, a couple of them I've never heard of. Obviously, the boy from Mitchelland, definitely. There was a story flying about today, but I can't remember his name. You know, there's seemingly a centre forward for Dunfermline has been linked with Rangers. I'm not going to start typing here, but I heard it today. I don't know if you guys heard anything about it.
No, I've not seen that one. I never read it anyway.
No.
But obviously we've got scouting staff, mate. They should be looking for the best young Scottish talent. I mean, we brought in Hasty to see what it took and put him out on loan to see if he develops. Well, we don't know, you know. But that's some of the scouting department's role. They'll be looking at the best, not just abroad, but they'll be looking at the best of Scottish talent. James,
Yeah, they'll be looking at this. But I think the Dutch league is a league that we could tap into. There's good players over there and really good. I think we should spend some money on them. Especially this guy, well, he's a German right enough, but there's a lot of good players, very skillful guys. I watch the Dutch league quite a bit because I get free members. Well, not get free, I pay for it on ESPN over here, and it's got the Dutch league. So I watch the goals and see his scoring. And this guy Kohler is really good. He ran through the middle just ran right through the middle, passed to the forward, and he put it in. And he just beat a guy on the left as well and crossed it for the guy to put it in as well. Good passer of the ball, works back as well. he's an ideal player. But anyway, I'm going to go and let you go on with it. I always let someone else come, but I'll be in touch.
All right, James, don't be a stranger, mate. Don't be a stranger.
Yeah, I'll be coming back maybe next November.
Next November, right? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll make
sure I'm there. Yeah. And just to let you know, my nephew is John Leach. That's my nephew. I don't know if you know John Leach, the ERSA. He does that European Rangers Soccer Association, ERSA. He's one of the big shots here.
No,
John
I don't
Leach.
know that. I don't recognise the name, no, but if he's doing some good work, good on him, mate.
Oh, don't get him on the programme because he always uses bad language. I'm only joking.
Cheers, James. Speak to you soon, mate.
Okay, thank you. Bye now.
Cheers,
Bye,
mate.
everyone. Bye.
Just a wee bit of update, guys. The Daily Rebels' main story tomorrow is that Leicester City are preparing a bid for Alfredo Morelos. Now, I know you've always said don't believe everything you read in the paper, especially that one, but that's their sports headline tomorrow for tomorrow, guys.
So nothing can happen for 7 weeks, am I right?
Yeah.
There's loads of games coming up, a cup final coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Call me cynical, Fox.
No, I think Rodgers would be a probable. Jamie Vardy's no getting any younger, and they're kind of weak up front apart from Jamie Vardy. So it could be a possibility. So let's not discourage it. Or if it's at the end of the season and he's going to go somewhere, I don't care where Alfie goes. I hope he stays. I wish they'd stay at Ibrox as long as Steven Gerrard, but maybe things will change in that way and Alfie will go at the end of the season. And if he goes and joins the Premier League, that's his dream, mate. And I hope for all the services he does, I hope he gets his dream eventually.
Well, fair enough, Fox. Fair enough. Well, we'll see what it takes us. Maybe a bidding war, TFK, a bidding war.
Well, there probably would be if it was to be true now. But I mean, also there was Leeds United. I put their hat in the ring, seemingly regarding Glenn Kamara. They're interested in him for £8 million. So, as you said, there's 7-8 weeks to go to the transfer window opens. So to me, it's rubbish paper talk, especially for that mob. But time will tell. But I agree with Fox. I've said to you before. I mean, if Alfredo did go, he'd go with our best wishes. I mean, if somebody came and offered you 3 times as much wages as you're getting now, it's a no-brainer for me.
Fox, make him an offer. Make him an offer.
So we can't blame him, as Fox said. He'd reluctantly let him go, but if he had to go, he would have to go. So I mean, but we've got a lot of football to be played. But these types of stories just can unsettle a player, and we don't want that to happen. If somebody come in and said we'll give you £8 million for Glenn Kamara, and they cost 50,000, well, what do you do?
You would think if Brendan Rodgers was going to pay money, mate, he'd be going for French Eddie, wouldn't he? Why is it Morelos the target for Brendan Rodgers and no him?
Who's the better player, Fox?
Morelos is, mate, but I don't know. You would think that would probably be in their plans where ex-managers and ex-people connected to their club pay over the top for one of their players.
But on French Eddie, I mean, why is the speculation no about him? It's all about us, and that's, to me, it's rubbish paper talk for the Daily Rebel to try and upset the good things that are happening at Rangers. It's burying their stories and try to upset the apple cart with us, So if Rodgers thinks that French Eddie's worth something, then I'll put a bid in for him. But quite honestly, I don't believe anything that's written in the Daily Rebel, so we'll just, as the time will tell. But I'm not too bothered about it unless it happens in the 1st of January. 1st of January, and then we'll be able to see after that.
Well, we've got to accept it. Players were getting good results against decent teams, so top European teams, teams win higher leagues, if you like, because of the revenue streams. There are no bigger clubs than our club, no way. But it just happened to be the circumstances at the moment that they're in leagues with more revenue. So they're going to look at our players when we're being successful. And players will come and go, and you've got a decision to make because somebody can get injured next week, and the Rangers will still be playing when Alfredo Morelos is in the base.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
True, very true, mate. Very true.
But I do like him. I think he's fantastic. Great player, great entertainment. I love his attitude. I love what he does. Sometimes he scored magnificent goals. And yeah, we'll miss him if he goes. But sometimes you've got to look at the big picture, you know, Fox.
Aye. We know he's going to go eventually. We'll just need to wait and see when that day comes. But as you said rightfully, if the scouting department's doing its job, mate, they know it's coming and they should be working all out to pick up somebody to replace him. And as James says, there's players out there, it's just finding them.
That's right.
Anyway, what about looking forward about the big game at the weekend, mate?
Aye, against Wrexham, aye.
Aye.
Well, let's look. Let me see if I get the boys up and get the team up when we played the last time against Solihull Moors, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
Well, you're looking it up.
Yep.
I think we're allowed an overage player or two, right?
Oh, all right, okay. So bring your boots, is that what you're saying?
No, well, what I'm thinking about, the only thing these young boys are going to be put at a disadvantage is they'll be playing against men again. And I think that we should draft in 2 players to bolster our defence, to help the young boys out. I don't mind them going forward. I think they're a good attacking squad of young boys, but I think they're physically.
Would you play, if he's not went away and gained time off, would you play George Edmondson?
Yes, exactly who I was thinking of, mate.
All right, see, great minds think alike, JFK, but fools seldom differ.
Well, that's a great saying, mate. I agree with that. Look, whoever comes and whoever goes will benefit the team. The manager will make sure of that. I think we do need to bring in a couple of players in the January window as like pre-contract for the start of the new season. I think that will be ongoing.
Were you listening to Fox, or did you just totally ignore him?
I was on mute there.
Aye, he was talking about Saturday's game against Wrexham.
Oh, sorry, Fox.
Bringing in maybe a couple of experienced players, i.e. George Edmondson. He's a wee bit more physicality, but still young.
As far as I know, the overage player who gets the nod now is Gresda.
That's correct, Jimmy. Aye.
Gresda seems to be the one that gets it most of the time now. I think he's played about 4 other games so far. Would it benefit Edmondson to be playing? I don't think so.
No, it wouldn't benefit Edmondson to play, but I just feel that physically the young boys will be, as they were against Solihull, mate. They lost a couple of bad goals because they couldn't compete in height and physicality with the attackers. But at the same time, I know it'd be wrong to drop one of the boys that's got us there.
Right.
But I just think that it'd be a wee chance for us to help the young boys out. I'd drop Gresda and bring in Big Edmondson at the back. That's my opinion.
Oh, no, it's a great shout. It's a good shout, you know. But I know he's been given the nod. And I find it quite strange that he's been given the nod because the gaffer has allegedly stated that he would never play for Rangers again at any level. But I don't know what if that was ever any truth in that comment or statement. But I can see your thinking. I mean, Wrexham's no a better team than Solihull. Solihull's the best team that Rangers have faced so far since in this competition. I was reading something that they've actually got a bigger budget than some of the Championship teams. Wrexham are no. But that's not.
I wouldn't say the championship sides, Jimmy, but lower leagues they would compare on budget, you know.
What I was reading today, it said that can't remember what it was. I was reading online. It wasn't the Rebel or the current Burnett, but it said that Solihull were up there with some of the championship teams in Scotland. So with a bigger budget. So that's good. That's good. Kudos for the young boys. Now, but if we're serious about winning it, let's go for it. If we're allowed to play Edmondson and a other, it's 2 you're allowed to play. We'll play them. I know it might be a bit sad. The boy who's been playing there every week and getting a game and maybe they're trapped. But if you want Rangers to win it, you know.
Well, the Rangers team that played the last time was Badnauskis and goals, Patterson, Maxwell Williamson, Atakai came on, Breen, Finlayson, Gressler, Bajonas, Dubé, Dixon, Youngs, Coombs came on after 80 minutes, Kennedy, the subs were Kinnear, Butterworth, Miller, Lyle and McClellan. So that's a young side, Fox, eh?
Is indeed, mate. As you say, they're going against boys that's maybe in their 25, 26. And they done a great job doing in Solihull, get through on penalties as we know, but I just feel for them that they could be just physically beaten and no done on skill, you know. Out of all the boys, as I mentioned them earlier, mate, we've got some cracking young boys, and that's without even bringing in or mentioning the boy Leon King, who's only 15, and I think he's in the Scotland squad, isn't he? An age group above, you know.
You've also got the boy Mayo.
Aye, Lewis Mayo as well.
He might appear. Whatever they're doing, they're getting a lot right, GFK, aren't they?
Aye. Definitely, so much so that Rangers have announced that they're reckoning up to 1,500 Wrexham fans have asked for tickets.
I was on their site earlier on, and it's 760 roughly that they've sold, Jimmy.
Is it? Well, it says that Rangers have announced that up to 1,500 Wrexham fans could attend the Cup clash at Ibrox on Saturday. That's fantastic.
What sort of crowd do you think we'll get, Jimmy?
I was talking to Big Stevie last night, and I reckon we'll get between 10 and 15,000. I think they'll need to open up some other parts of the ground. They've only opened up the Govan front, the Sandy Jardine Govan front, I still call it Govan, and the corner where the Union Bears are going to be housed. I think they're taking money at the gate. I think they'll see how things go, and you'll probably see them opening up possibly the Copeland front, and maybe even the East Enclosure. It'll depend on the weather, you know. But I mean, if Wrexham bring 1,500 fans, then Rangers should be able to 7, 8, 9, 10 times that, you know. And it's a good chance for a lot of the young boys and lasses that kind of get to see Rangers on a regular basis to go to the game.
Then we'll beat the Scotland crowd.
Oh, aye.
It's a bit away, isn't it?
Are they away?
Then they play at home on the Tuesday or something, didn't they? Or the Wednesday or something. But they're away to Cyprus, aren't they?
I couldn't tell you, mate.
They're away to Cyprus. I mean, if we get 10, 12,000, it's a youth game, you know, and the boys hopefully react. Fair play to Wrexham bringing that kind of crowd up and all, Fox.
Well, there's teams in the Premier League that couldn't match that, you know. In our Premier League, I'm talking, you know, that have brought really, really poor away fans to Ibrox. I think they're that used to now getting a doing at Ibrox of Gid up in Scotland.
Aye. They were all right when it was did a wee sniff.
Aye, exactly. When we had a poorer team, they all came to try and mock the team, etc. But now there's hardly some of them have hardly got a busload. Never mind anything else.
I know.
Oh, look at the Motherwell came to Ibrox this season, and I think they had about 70 fans, 80 fans. Hamilton and all. Disgusting. And I'm with Fox, and I think something should be done about that. I think this segregation thing, especially, I mean, it's okay. It's when you're playing the Hearts or the Spoon Burners. Okay, there's got to be a decent segregation, and obviously the PDs. But when you're playing a team like Motherwell or Hamilton or teams like that, Ross County, they hardly bring anybody. So surely they could condense that section.
Put them in the dugout.
You could probably get another 1,000 Rangers fans in there, Oxdear.
I know, mate, and they're good seats, mate. I mean, it's just
aye.
You've got, you know what I mean?
Aye, it's a panoramic view. It's cracking, But there's a lot of people who are unable to get to the games, and there's maybe about 12 to 1,300 seats empty, or in a wee bunch of them stuck right in the middle. It's absolutely disgusting to watch at times. I've stood in a bigger queue for a pie.
You're right. Let's get a shout out there. Let's get along, support the young boys. A tenner for adults, £5 for concession and kids. Well priced. Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock. What we want? Get yourself a couple of beers. Take a grand away. Take the grandkids. Get the generations. Get people who can't go every week along Ibrox, and let's get a crowd of 20,000 there, GFK.
Oh, definitely. Look, we've had occasions like this before. Remember the famous Ian Durrant comeback game? Remember that? God almighty, that was magnificent. And we've been to some great games there the years that people are maybe expecting 3,000 or 4,000. It'd be absolutely wonderful if we get 10, 15. I'd like to see 15 to 20,000 there. That would open up a few. And what would they be thinking down south? 10, was it? Tunnock's Cup game attracts 20,000 fans, Rangers versus Wrexham. Absolutely wonderful. Great stuff. Can't wait. Be good.
It's good that the UBA are turning out to support the young boys as well. Get a bit of atmosphere. It'll be a good day, I think,
Aye, it will be a good day, aye. And let's hope the Teds I think the following week, I think the boys are away to the second leg of the Europa League. I might be wrong. I don't know if it's next Thursday or if it's the following Thursday. So they've got the second leg of that to come as well.
That's in Bratislava, isn't it?
Yep, 2-0 they lead for the first leg, Fox. So boys are doing well.
Oh. Aye, can I just change the subject slightly, Fox, if you don't mind?
Aye, of course you can.
Just I meant to raise it last night, actually. Somebody sent me this, and we'd never discussed it, but there was some awards gave out, and it was back in August, and we missed it, that Rangers as an employer or a business have been given an award for the Army. Thank you for your support. 5 Scottish Lowland employers are to receive top awards for the Ministry of Defence for the outstanding support of the armed forces. 4 companies, some companies, councils, university, and Rangers Football Club will be presented with Employers Recognition Scheme ERS Gold Award, the highest badge of honour available to those that employ and support serving men and women, veterans and their families.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I think they're the first football club to receive that award as well.
Aye, it's been about for a while, mate, but I've had it on my. It's something I wanted to bring up, and we'll get a wee opportunity tonight. Brilliant. And another thing we don't get seen for all the charity work that the Rangers family does, GFK.
I mean, well, look at the negativity that came out of the PDs at the last game there because of their so-called can't even call them fans. The carries on about no coming into the grun and then singing the songs, but anybody that wants to see how to have a remembrance day carried out has just got to Ibrox. The day the veterans proud, and it's absolutely wonderful. Brings a lump to your throat, when you're the songs and the boys that some people come onto the park there and they're old soldiers, and then you've got young soldiers who are disabled and lost limbs fighting in different conflicts, and Rangers do it really well, and they've got to be commended for that, and long may that continue. Never ever take out the fact that people try to say that we should be taking the poppy away from football because it's been politicised, but no, for me, I've had relatives and friends who've fought in conflicts, and I dare say it, Maestys here have, and some have come back scarred, and some have not come back at all. So we've got to remember them, and Rangers do it really well.
All right, obviously that's a big part of the Rangers family, but there's so much other charity work that goes on seen, Fox.
There is indeed, and I think it's quite shortly the big sleep out is back again this year.
Yeah, you enjoyed that, didn't you?
Well, I wouldn't go as far as to say I enjoyed it, but I took part in it.
That was 3 years ago, mate.
I wished I had my big slipper and my onesie that day. It was absolutely Baltic, mate. But it was good fun as well, you know.
Do you know what he done, JFK?
On you go.
He got out the wind. He went and slept in the dugout.
All right. Was the heated seats on?
I was only for a wee 10 minutes. I got popped out of there and put under the govern rear with everybody else.
You know, but the charity work that people do, individual buses do, supporters do, it's just the blue pound, if we want to call it that, it goes a long way, mate.
I mean, some of the charity things that Rangers do, you know, and is absolutely wonderful, and they don't get the kudos for it, and that's a sad thing. But now they've been given recognition. I've seen a wee bit of that thing you're talking about the award, and that's absolutely fantastic, well deserved. As I say, on the day when Rangers do these things, it's absolutely brilliant. Tins are full. People are collecting for all sorts of charities. Absolutely wonderful, and as I say, long may it continue.
Mm-hmm. And look at me. Our small radio station does, Fox. We compete in our annual bowling, raising money for Erskine.
Yeah.
That is a fantastic day for charity, mate. The bowling tournament. You meet so many nice guys and ladies at it. It's a very enjoyable day. It goes on a long time, early morning to late at night, and it's a terrific experience if anybody wants to go along next year.
Well, have we changed our team? Are we going to compete, or are we stuck with the boys? They'll come back with the cup 1 year, will they?
Aye, of course they will. But it's not about winning, mate. It's about taking part, and the boys that run it in Partick Bowling Club, etc., are absolutely tremendous. One of the best places to go for a wee drink on a Saturday afternoon, I can tell you.
Yep, I agree with that.
I thought that was good, and I thought that was great, and it just shows you how we're getting things sorted off the park. Everything's moving in the right direction. We're getting recognitions. Don't mean a lot to some people, but mean a lot to us. We're getting our ducks in a row. We've got the director of football coming out with a real positive interview today, Fox.
It was more positive than I was expecting, but that's the sign of the way the club's being run at the moment. People had doubt. Don't get me wrong. People had doubts when Dave King took over. A lot of people weren't sure, but gone by the way things are, and he has made mistakes. Sometimes the battle against Ashley hasn't looked good, but I think he'll get there in the end. And the rest of the stuff that's been done in the background, mate, it's absolutely fabulous compared to where we were.
Yeah. It's just a continuation, Fox, of what's happened before, you know, and that. I mean, this guy's going to come in, and I think he's going to do a fantastic job. And we just need to let him go on with it and see what transpires for his knowledge of Rangers, because he obviously needs it, and he did say that today, and he obviously knows about Rangers and what they're all about. So I'm looking forward to see what he can bring to us, because we know that Mark Allen brought a lot. And Steven Gerrard hopefully can work with him the same way he worked with Mark Allen. So I'm looking for good things to happen in the very, very near future.
Sent some there that showed me a review of Joe Aribo getting good reviews playing for Nigeria tonight, Fox.
I read that earlier that some people were saying he was man of the match tonight again. That boy's got bags of talent. Just needs to show that consistency over a long period of games at Rangers. I said the other night that I think we'll not see the best of Joe Aribo at Ibrox till next year. But maybe after the winter break he'll come into his own. But he's contributing just now, and he's playing decent when he does come on. But I think he'll be a wee bit like some of the other players. Take a wee while to fully settle in.
By the way, GFK, you must have got some view last week knowing where you sit. That one he pulled out of the sky on his thigh.
Aye. That was beautiful skill. That was fantastic. Aye.
I bet you it was erupted round
everybody in there, but it was absolutely wonderful to see. You know, and I agree with what Fox is saying there, and I do rate him, you know. And I'd read that, man of the match, by all accounts. He's probably happy he's picked Nigeria. And they're doing well. But what you've got today, I don't know if it's going to happen tonight, but Glenn Kamara, is it tonight he's playing for Finland? They need a win tonight, and that's him qualified for Euro 2020. I don't know if it's tonight or tomorrow, Oxyear, but if he's looks as if they're going to make the Euro 2020, so that'll be another. Who we're supporting at the Euro 2020 next season? Finland, for me, they do anyway. So I don't know if it's tonight. Finland are playing, but they'll need a 1-1 to game it. And our the best or the most capped UK player to be, he's playing. This team's playing Netherlands tomorrow night.
Yeah, and once he gets that testimonial, Rangers versus Northern Ireland.
Yeah. Well, did you know he just beat Vergaffer's total? Aye.
And is he on level with Beckham? Is it Beckham?
It's 125 for Shelton, 120 for his counterpart. What do you call him? Pat Jennings.
Right.
119 for Wayne Rooney. 116 for David Beckham, and then it's 116 equal for Stephen Davis. So his next two games will take him into fourth place.
I hope he goes on and claims that record, Fox. I really do.
I wonder if he thought he would ever reach that landmark when he get dropped out the Southampton team. He must have been sitting there thinking, maybe this is coming towards the end of my career, and then what happens? He gets a move to Rangers, and that'll help prolong it. Where other players at his age are ducking out of playing international games, Steve Davis makes himself available all the time for Northern Ireland. Great wee player and a great wee gentleman.
Here. One of the finest British players in the last 20 years, Stephen Davis. Yeah?
Without a doubt.
And maybe not the credit he was due. He helped drag us to the UEFA Cup final, and then 3 league titles after that. Yeah?
Yep.
And God knows how many medals he'd have won by now if what hadn't happened, because I don't believe Steve would have left our club.
No, I mean, obviously the debacle of what they did to us, and that you could see it was hurting him more than any player who eventually went. I know we brought Alan McGregor back now, but the others, who disgusting individual, especially him that plays for the Watery Farts. But it was hurting him, and it's great to see him back. And I've seen him here many times before. I just wish he was another 2 or 3 years younger. Because at times on the park, Oxyar, he looks like the Stephen Davis old. Some of his playing the game is great to watch, so I'm hoping we get the chance to see him for another 2 seasons anyway, and that'd be fantastic. And I think he's more than capable to overtake, to become the UK all-time cap player. Be brilliant.
Aye.
He never looks any older, doesn't he? No.
Spell yourself, Fox. Spell yourself.
Oh, aye. Well, I had to debate that with my barber the other day there. Try to con me into paying £12 for a full haircut when I'm an old pensioner. He said to me, "You've got a young face." I know he was looking for a bung, but I got My pensioner price.
Must be one of the magic mirrors.
Oh, dearie me. Oh, God. Buy yourself a shaver, just shave it all off.
He likes the extras.
Oh,
Here, that didn't sound good. I like the extras. The extras have to be a cotton bud up your nose and get rid of all the hair. And a wee massage.
a wee massage.
You get a wee massage and all.
Can't whack that. A wee massage. Good stuff. Aye.
Oh, dear. Only happens to you, Fox, doesn't it?
It happens to everybody that wants to pay the money, mate. That's it.
But Stephen Davis, fantastic player, and I think he's an absolute class individual as well, Fox. I really do.
You can't say much more about the man. As I say, I think his biggest thing is he loves playing for his country, and like so many that happens in our international squad here in Scotland who duck out if it's not a big team. He travels to every game that he can possibly play in, and that's a love of his country, you know.
Yep. Fair play.
Definitely. Yeah.
I hope hope his form and his fitness means that he's playing this.
Sorry.
Somebody posted something on there.
Fox, Skipper says you can get a Thai massage just after Paisley Road West. that's Skipper, you filthy beastie. He would know about
that's
the Thai.
Disgusting, isn't it? I was only in for a haircut. Didn't I need to post things like that? I'll need to have a word with that Skipper.
We still haven't got to the bottom of the mystery about the ladies' toilet, but we maybe speak to him on Saturday about that. See what happened in there.
So you better announce again, Ox, about the break we're taking.
I just let everybody know we're taking a wee hiatus. We're fair for 4 shows, so we'll not be on Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday due to the international break, but we'll be back Wednesday building up to the league campaign starting in this road to 55. Just recharging the batteries, GFK.
Yeah, we should, because we can bump our gums all we want here, but it's the international break and it's the Tartan Tranny's turn, I suppose, so I'm nothing I want to say about the Tartan Trannies. All I would like to say is that I just hope that Ryan Jack comes out unscathed and comes back to Ibrox after the 2 games. I don't even know when they're playing, so are they playing tomorrow or when are they playing or who are they playing?
I think we don't play it Saturday. Cyprus, I'm not sure. I don't think it's.
Well, hopefully.
I've been to hang my hat on it. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, we're due back a week Sunday against Hamilton away on the plastic pitch in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the Hearts.
So and then we play on a Thursday, didn't we?
We play on a Thursday away to Feyenoord.
So you're talking about maximising people's opportunity. So we could have played on the Saturday. It gives me a rest to play the game on a Thursday. Would that not be the right thing to do?
Well, of course it would. Of course it would. And the gaffer's already stated that about European games. So.
Anyway, gentlemen.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to catch up my TV programme, The Godfather of Harlem. Great programme, isn't it? Jimmy, you watch it?
Absolutely wonderful. Beautiful I'm on episode 7.
It's up to 7 now. I think the last one I seen was 3, so that's 4 hours entertainment anyway.
Absolutely wonderful, mate.
Oh, well, we've reached that time of the evening, Godfathers. Here's a wee shout out, GFK.
Well, boys, girls, thank you very much for joining us once again. Myself, Fox, and Oxshire. Please remember now, we're not back until next Wednesday night, where you can come on and say everything that you want to say about the Rangers. Nice to have you all here. Thanks for the callers. Our good friend James from Tennessee, He was our only caller tonight, but just like to hope you all have a nice wee sabbatical, because I know I certainly am, and Fox will. So, as my good friend Bridgeman says, keep it going for the Rangers.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Keep it going.
This has been Rangers Radio.
I love to see boys with Gallus.
This has been Rangers Radio. Thanks for everybody for joining us. We'll be back next Wednesday between 9 and 11 talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Old School Blue.
Across the broad Pacific shore, I sailed around the stormy capes and I've heard the 40s roar. I've flied the Indian Ocean, I've sailed the China Sea, but never see back home in Scotland more than all the rest to me. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my God. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my love. And it's part of the really just clear stream. No more I'll sail the seven seas, no more I'll ever roam. No more I'll feel the urge again, I'm back where I belong. At 3 o'clock each Saturday I'll join the mighty throng. With flags and banners all around, I'll proudly sing this song. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my God. It's the greatest sight that